So I'm Dennis. I'm a rising junior at Avenues of World School, and my base project was the obstacle avoiding robot. So I'll show a video of that right now. So basically, how my obstacle avoiding robot works is it utilizes a ultrasonic sensor and motor driver and a Arduino. And we've already heard a lot about the ultrasonic sensor, so I don't think I'll explain about it. But the Arduino utilizes the ultrasonic sensor to detect the amount of distance that an object is in front of it. And when it reaches in close proximity to the object, it'll stop, go backwards a bit, and turn around, as you just saw. Um, so for my modifications, I think that I did a pretty good amount. And when I first started the project, I was given this really small chassis. It's just the red part, and I didn't even have enough space to put everything on the chassis that I needed to get the car to even move forward. So I added this first part of popsicle sticks that I cut, which is very painful. After that, I got everything onto the car. I went then to do my second modification, which was getting this robot arm on top of it. I ended up having to extend the other side of my chassis with more popsicle sticks. I eventually I took it apart, and I ended up not having enough space for everything, and I even ran out of pins. So we upgraded to this, and we got a Arduino Mega and a much larger chassis. And it even came with a power switch, which I soldered to the motor driver, so I can turn that on and off now. So for my second modification, the main thing was this remote control that I wanted to implement to be able to control my car to move forward and backwards, and like just however I wanted to move. So on top of the remote, we have two joysticks and a couple of push buttons, and it utilizes a NRF module to send all the data from these push pins and joysticks to the car, and then the car then uses a bunch of if-else statements to like pretty much take apart the information and move accordingly to my joysticks and push buttons. So when I had a lot of problems when trying to program the car. So usually when you have two wheels, which I only have two wheels, there's only really one way to program it, which is tank drive. So like it's exactly what it sounds like. Imagine if you had a tank, there's only two wheels, it can only go forward, turn, and go backwards. So what I tried doing was having the car move forward while turning, so it would go like in like a diagonal sort of direction. But the problem with that is that I couldn't exactly code it to match that certain like parameter. It was like I tried multiple different things. I searched up a lot of stuff. There wasn't a whole ton on that. So I ended up compromising, and I did a mix between tank drive and four-wheel drive, which is called arcade drive. So instead of it turning diagonal or it turning, instead of it turning diagonal, it'll go slightly to the right. Slightly to the right or slightly to the left. And yeah, so I had a lot of issues with the NRF module, and it took a whole lot of debugging. It still doesn't work, but I'll get that working and soon enough, hopefully. And I also want to be able to control my robot arm with the controller in the future. So yeah, I learned a lot over these 6 weeks at Blue Stamp. It really tested my patience with all of the bugs that I got. Like I had a lot of bugs, like especially since my NRF doesn't even work. I came to this program loving building stuff. I did a lot of woodworking at school, and I came to this program to continue to build stuff over the summer. And now I'm leaving this program knowing a whole crap ton about engineering and electronics, and it's really like open like it's really like changed my whole perspective on like how electronics work and stuff like that. And it was definitely a summer worth spent. So thank you for listening.